Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anang Kurniawan and my ID is 21030500886. So today I'm gonna discuss about the most biggest tribe in this country, Indonesia, that called Sundanese. Now we're gonna talk about Sundanese in general. The Sundanese are an ethnic group whose majority inhabit the west of Java Island or the Pasundan Tatars. In addition, this tribe is also spread in various regions in Indonesia. The Sundanese are most concentrated in West Java, Banten, and Jakarta. According to the 2003 census data, the Sundanese populations in Indonesia reach 34 million people. Wow, that's a lot of number. The uniqueness of the Sundanese people is that they are easily united through the Sundanese languages and culture. The Sundanese are a group of people who highly respect the customs of their ancestral heritage. The word Sunda comes from the word Sun or Sutra from Sanskrit. The word has the meaning of bright, shining, white, sparkling. Many assume that the term is addressed to the Sundanese because they generally have a clean skin color. But this is of course just an assumption that has not been proven true. In addition, in Balinese and Kawi or Old Javanese, there are also Sundanese words. The meaning is more or less the same, namely clean, pure, holy, spotless, without blemish. The Sundanese interpret the origins of this word as a daily practice of the ethos or characters called Kasundaan. This character is used as a guide to the virtues of life. The characteristic adopted by the Sundanese are Cager, which mean healthy, Bager, which mean good, Bener means true, Singer mean introspective, Wanter mean brave, and Pintar means intelligent. The Kasundan characters has been applied by Sundanese people since the ancient time, precisely since the day of the Salaka Nagara Kingdom, Tarumanegara, Sundagalu, Pajajaran, and even now. And next, we're gonna talk about social life of the Sundanese. Sundanese people are known to be friendly, cheerful, optimistic, polite, and tend to live a simple daily life. The Portuguese also noted in the Suma Oriental that the Sundanese were brave and honest. These traits are parts of the characteristics of the Sundanese people, as well as Indonesians in general. Sundanese people in their social interactions are required to comply with various cultural values that apply in social life. Among them are those related to Sundanese ethics. in the Sundanese culture, there is an expression of sabumi characteristics that the characteristics of sadesa. That is, the expressions emphasize that in every environment there are characteristics and produces that influence the behavior of its inhabitants. And this expression is related to the fields of ethic. It can be said that even the Sundanese people have an awareness that in every cultural environment, including the Sundanese cultural environment, of course, there are ethical values that are accepted by the inhabitants of that environment. These Sundanese ethical values can be used as a reference for the habits of the Sundanese people in general. And this this is the examples of how Sundanese people are in the past. They are so pretty, and they wear a kabaya, which is the Sundanese dress, traditional Sundanese dress. And next, we're gonna discuss about livelihoods in Sundanese. Livelihoods are currently diverse, including from plantations, trade, and agriculture sectors. The trade sector is experiencing a rapid progress. There are many plantations in this area, such as tea, oil palms, quinine, and sugarcane plantations. And agriculture developed in West Java, including rice, corn, cassava, peanuts, and soybean, and so on. And this is one of the examples of the plantations, the place where they crop the corpses. And next, we're gonna discuss about myth in Sundanese tribes. First, we have cutting nails at night. Today's night. Myth state that cutting nails at night can affect one's psyche. That's okay. People who cut their nails at night are thought to be crazy, stressed, or unhappy. And this is the most things that I always did in the night that I didn't even care. And yeah, my mom said that is pamali, which means that pamali is the forbidden things you didn't to do, like this, cutting nails at night. This attitude has nothing to do with psychology. Treatment of cutting nails at night is advised so as not to injure fingers due to poor lighting. But now we have lighting, so we have technology, we have electricity, and we have light. And yeah, you can cut your nails at night, and this is just a myth. And second, we have sitting at the door. Sitting at the door is a Sundanese society said to bring difficulty in having a mate. It is said that soulmate will come too late in old age. This mate has the intentions of forbidding children, especially girls, from sitting in front of the door. This act prevents people from entering or leaving the room. I'm sorry for the sounds of chickens in my background. Yeah, my mom keeps a chicken who's very noisy. I'm so sorry if you are disturbed. And the third, we have unclean girls. You can see in these pictures the reference. It's from the game called Dread Out 2. The name is Linda. In Sundanese society, there is a myth of that women who don't wipe or can't maintain cleanliness will have husbands who have birds. This myth scares girl. So they have to maintain cleanness. This myth was valid because the myth of good looks in ancient times was a clean face from birds. Or we could just call it brewok. Now, the brewok is considered as a symbol of filth and chaos in the past time or in ancient time, but now brewok shows that how handsome that men's are. Like if that man is having a brewok, they considered as a handsome people, or if they're not handsome enough, they just call that people is ungroomed people or unclean people. Next, we have wearing a green shirt on the South Beach. The mythical inhabitant of the South Coast, Nyi Roro Kidul. It is said to have a favorite color, namely green. People who visit the South Coast wearing green fashions are said to be carried by Nyi Roro Kidul to the sea. There is no scientific data that tells this, or there is no scientific explanations for these things. This myth is very famous because it fits the case of people who are dragged by the ocean's currents happens to be wearing green clothes, and the sea waters or the ocean's waters color in Indonesia, especially at the beach, is lightly green and sometimes blue. And the fifth, we have whistling at night. Whistling at night is said to be able to invite disturbing spirit, like a ghost. Or they always say that if you're whistling, you can invite the ghost called kuntilanak or pocong. Or they said if you do whistling at night, then the snake will come into your house, which is a very not normal that the snake are hear our whistling, but that's the myth we need to respect. This is due to the assumption that the spirits are happy with the whistling sound. However, this myth is a taboo that should not be done because it's related to the ethic of the Sundanese people. That's why whistling is considered impolite when done in the front of an older person. What is that? Don't bury a black cat that was hit. Yeah, this is the myth that has spread around the world. And in its history, cats are animals that are familiar with humans. Therefore, this one animal is very loved by people, including the Sundanese in ancient times. Black cats were sacred because they were the incarnations of demons or ancestral spirits. Injuring a black cat, even killing it for no apparent reason, can bring bad luck to the person who did it. Well, personally, I love black cats because they were unique and black, and I love blacks. And the last but not least, we're gonna talk about Sundanese traditions. At first, we have Ngarurat Bumi. The unique traditions that can be found in the village of Banjoy. Ngarurat Bumi is a tradition that aims to express gratitude to the creators and also as a tribute to the ancestors. Ngarurat Bumi itself comes from the Sundanese word ngarawat, which means to maintain or collect, or in Indonesian language we know it as ngerawat atau merawat. So, Ngarurat Bumi can be interpreted as gathering community members and produce both raw materials, semi-finished as well as finished or cooked. You can see the reference at the first. The first reference, they bring some food, vegetables, and they do some, arcade, that keliling kampung, and while they have a party. And the second, we have traditions ahead of Ramadan, which is nyekar. This tradition is actually carried out by various tribes in Indonesia, but the name is different. In the Sunda area, nyekar is traditions that before the month of Ramadan, where residents make pilgrimage to family grave. On the third, we have Sungkeman. From the name, it's already familiar. The word sungkem is already familiar in Indonesia and the Sundanese themselves. Sungkeman is a tradition that is carried out right after the 8 prayers. The way to do this is to sungkem fellow family and relatives, and most importantly, to parents, then to neighbors and relatives. Well, I think that's it for me. I'm sorry if there is any wrong word or any phrases that I've done. I'm so sorry. Thank you for watching. My name is Anang kurniawan, and I think this is our last meet. Perhaps we're gonna meet again in the futures. Well, goodbye for now. Thank you. Bye bye.